welcome to a very exciting episode of Chef Spotlight. Today I have a very special guest with me who goes by the name of Nika's Kitchen. Today she'll be making a very, very special stew, which is called
an Ital stew.
An Ital stew. And what does this stew consist of?
So an Ital means just anything that's natural.
Okay.
And we use, this is from my Caribbean, Jamaican background. And Rastafarians eat Ital, literally no processed foods and no salt. So I'm just going to show you how to make a nice healthy stew using what is also called provisions, just things that's grown in the ground, and I'll show you some of those in a minute, to make something that's really natural without using any unnatural ingredients, but the flavor is popping.
Oh, okay. And I understand it's a very quick stew, so it doesn't take long.
It doesn't take long. It's about, literally takes longer to probably cut things up
really?
than it does the preparation rather than cooking. It's a 20-minute stew because you don't want to overcook and lose all your nutrients.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the only thing I really want to cook out is the pumpkin because I want a coconut pumpkin sauce base.
Sounds yummy. So shall we dig in?
Yeah, so do you want to tell you about what's here?
Yeah.
So we have a pumpkin. Any type of pumpkin will do. I love this one because it's quite always guaranteed to be sweet as far as I'm concerned. But any type of pumpkin, you get the dark green and things like that, browns.
And where can you buy this from?
So all of this here, I'm from the Peckham area, so I got them in a market. But most markets will have, onion everywhere, sweet pepper or Caspians, chocho.
Okay.
I haven't really seen it in the supermarket, but you can get it in the markets, and the Asian supermarkets as well. Really healthy to eat raw or cooked. Okra, or otherwise known as ladyfingers. I tried growing these in the allotment. It's a nightmare with the black flies. And we call these scallion or spring onions. And then these are the base of our spices that we're using. Nice fresh thyme, and it's important to use fresh thyme because dry thyme doesn't give that really nice flavor like fresh thyme does. Some pimento seeds, otherwise known as allspice. Couple of bay leaves, and some garlic.
This is ginger here.
And there's some Jamaican ginger. So this is quite a hot ginger. We're not going to use a lot of this.
I was going to say.
The smaller it is, the hotter it is.
It looks different. It's quite darker.
Yeah, this is what we use to make the ginger beer. So you get that nice ginger flavor. Otherwise, using tons and tons of the big one. But this one, you just need a little bit and you get a nice flavor.
So I guess it'll be good for colds and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's for cold remedies with that one. Pumpkin. So we have
Scotch bonnet here.
It's not. This is a habanero one. It's not the Scotch bonnet, but because I couldn't find it. But it's just as hot, just as good. Scotch bonnet has a fatter. I mean, it's hard to tell them apart. They're cousins, I think.
Know.
Then you have this is what a tropical sweet potato. So the regular sweet potatoes that we know, the orange ones, are also known as yams, but these are the original sweet potato, different families. And then we have the ripe plantain, but you can use any plantain. This is a very versatile dish. Once you have the base down, you can literally add anything because there's some ingredients I couldn't get, like breadfruit. Because of the crisis, they haven't had breadfruit come in, it's double the price. So I just replaced it with chocho. But after I do the base, and including the pumpkin, anything else can be added to make the stew. Nice. It's just about having those base flavors and you capture anything, beans, anything in it. Dumplings and things like that.
This is yam, right?
And then we have the yellow yam. So you have white yam and yellow yam. I think that's everything. And then the base will be coconut. And I use the organic coconut milk, or you can blend your own coconut milk.
Nice.
And some liquid aminos, which is it's just fermented soybeans for that salty flavor without the salt and black pepper.
Wow, I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Okay, so the first thing I'll do, I'm also not cooking with any oil.
Wow, no oil.
So it's gonna be a completely healthy dish. I mean, you can use a bit of coconut oil, but there's an option this kind of dish, you don't need oil.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Not because you don't. So if you could, but because of this dish, it works better.
It works the same. I thought the healthier the better. So why not?
Definitely.
Certain things you want to have that oil burning flavor, but this works really well without oil. And there's no natural oils in the coconut milk. So let's get it. Let's get this on. So it's just a medium heat. 6 high, maybe. And then all you want for your oil when you're doing oil frying is for the water to be warm. So while the water is heating up, I'll just start with our first ingredients.
So where did you get your cooking inspiration from? How did it all?
Oh my gosh, so I've always loved cooking. I mean, our home, we love to cook. My brother and I used to cook as children. We were from, I think, 12 or 13. We had to cook
Wow.
the Sunday dinner. So we had standard, like I'll make the apple, my brother will make the carrot juice, the standard carrot juice. And I'll make like rice and peas and the mains. So
your background's Jamaican.
yeah. So Jamaican, I mix with Indian as well. So we have like that mixture of foods.
Wow, which side do you prefer?
Do you know what? Indian food is my favorite.
Really?
Indian food is my favorite. Just the way they manipulate the spices, and it's so good for you.
Yeah.
So definitely have to get Indian. No matter what happens, I love Indian food.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm rooting for Jamaican food.
No, I love my Jamaican food, but when it comes to flavors, and especially when it comes to plant-based foods,
yeah,
definitely my fave. Yeah.
Nice. So how long have you been cooking for?
So professionally, I mean, I went to culinary school about, I think 5.5 years ago.
Okay.
5 to 6 years ago, I think. So I just kind of one day just working in the office and thought, you know what, I do love to cook. It's like a hobby, but then I thought, you know what, you have one life to live, and why not do what you love?
Exactly.
So I just literally quit and went on this international culinary course, and that was it from there.
Wow.
You know, set up Nika's kitchen. I first started doing nutrition workshops because I initially was doing biomedicine to do naturopathic nutrition. And then just been running workshops. And this is something that's really weird for me because I used to be so shy.
Really?
Public speaking. And I just kept saying yes. I said, you know, I'm going to be a yes person. Just say yes, 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 you can do it. You'll figure it out along the way, you know. So yeah, it's been going from then. Yeah, and just through that. I mean, culinary school, I was vegetarian.
Okay.
And then I just decided I went on a juice fast and realized, oh my gosh, food really does heal you.
It does.
I mean, after a week, my skin was glowing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically how I came into plant-based, because I did international culinary.
Yeah. Nice.
So the good thing about doing that is that you learn the techniques. It's all about techniques and how to convert things into plant-based dishes. That's what the culinary school helped me to do. So
do you eat meat at all, or
no? Fully plant-based.
Really
so wholesome plant-based. I call it wholesome plant-based.
Okay.
Being vegan doesn't mean you're healthy.
It's true. So who's your inspiration?
We were cooking families. I've never really looked at the celebrity side. I can't really name anyone. Yeah. There are people that I do follow and love to bits that do their food thing. But as far as inspiration, my grandmother was like the cook of the village. Yeah. My dad's a really good cook. My mom's they're all really good cooks. I've got my brother's a chef as well. So he was a chef before me. And when I said to him, I want to be a chef, he was like, just do it. We both did the same thing. Both went and got our degrees because we're expected to be something else. And we thought being a chef it's not as serious to our parents.
Yeah, exactly. But so it's always best to follow your dream.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this pepper in whole. Okay. Because the skin of the pepper has a really good flavor. Okay. So it might just shrink in a bit, but just suck the flavor rather than the hotness. I see. So I'll leave that like that.
So far what we've put in are the onions, the garlic, and what those beans? The
pimento.
We'll put
just put more water. So as the water goes down when you're water frying, you just keep topping it up until you get the onion to the consistency that you want. So I'm just putting the base ingredients in now.
So what's your kind of go-to dish that you make in the evenings, when you're home, relaxing?
I do a lot of curries actually.
Do you?
I make a lot of curries, and my favorite is chickpea curry. I think a lot of people's favorite is chickpea,
my brother's as well.
Coconut curry with sweet potatoes sometimes, with just whatever I can grab. Yeah. And with me, I think cooking is all about the base flavors, and you can just it's versatile. So even that same base, I'll probably put loads of vegetables in it. Yeah. I love mushrooms, so I do intermittent fasting. So we don't eat until 12 o'clock. Okay. So I'll have things like sauteed mushrooms, avocados, lots of fresh tomatoes. I really crave fresh ingredients in the morning. I feel like that's going to give me a good start.
A good kick for the day, yeah. Do you like smoothies and stuff?
Yeah, I do. I don't do them as much as I used to. I don't juice as much as I used to either because I just feel like I have enough and just time. I'm very busy. I'm mama 5, guys. Mama 5.
Wow, mama 5.
So I'm very busy.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
How do you juggle it all?
The food. Oh, you just do, do it. It's routine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you're just used to it now, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
How old are your kids?
They are 19 months, 3.5, 11, 16, and 20.
Oh, wow, quite varied. And you look this great.
Thank you.
Do they enjoy all these healthy dishes, or they're quite?
Yeah, the youngest one is the pickiest.
Oh,
So I keep testing things on her, but you know, it's typical toddler, isn't she? Picky eater.
Yeah.
But the others, yeah, they eat it. Like my daughter went to uni yesterday, to campus, and she was like, Mom, my friends really want you to make food, and I mean, I make cauliflower wings for them.
That's nice.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And they enjoy it. Pretty sure I gave them a stew.
Okay.
Cauliflower wings and some cornbred. They love cornbread.
Wow, cauliflower wings. That sounds amazing.
That would have been a fun one to do, actually.
That's one to note for next time.
Oh yeah, cauliflower wings are really nice. I mean, I use the same base for my oyster, no fried chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all about texture and flavor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Yeah, you can get the same. I mean, a lot of people complicate plant-based cooking, but really, whatever you used to cook before, just add the same ingredients and just cook it less, because usually it's a plant-based dish.
So do you go less on seasoning then with your dishes, or what kind of seasoning?
No, I use lots of seasonings.
Okay.
I'm really into lots of garlic and always, you know, the base of keeping to the Caribbean theme of always scallion, thyme, garlic, onions, you know, tomatoes, things like that.
Quite wholesome and fresh.
Yeah, and then you just add your other things, like there's always, I love ginger granules, oh my gosh, and onion powder and things like that. Then nutmeg, don't forget about nutmeg.
Yeah.
It's good with stuff like this.
Already now it smells amazing.
So these ones, just really don't care how I chop them.
Yeah.
They're gonna cook down quite fast. And this is gonna give us a nice pumpkin coconut cream. So I'm gonna get these to half cook, just sweat out with the onions.
Yeah.
And I'll keep adding water
Yeah.
until I finish chopping, then I'll add the coconut cream after I finish chopping everything.
So how do you always like keep up with new, innovative, fresh ideas, like recipes? Are you constantly like practicing new recipes, or it's just, you know, built up over the years?
Both, it builds up. As I said, with the course that I did, it taught me the techniques I need to convert things. Yeah, I'll watch like a YouTube video and see something that maybe isn't plant-based and say, okay, let me try this out.
Yeah.
So that's how you're continuing. It's lifelong learning, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Whatever you have interest in, you can just practice on.
So what's the key thing you say you learned at culinary school that stuck with you?
It's just techniques.
Yeah.
It's techniques, how to cook certain things, how to make a vegan meringue, how to, what you need and what textures you need to make things hold up. So it's all the techniques that I learned is what I brought forward into turning everyday kind of favorites into plant-based alternatives. And then the stuff I learned in biomedicine when I was in naturopathic nutrition, the types of food that's good for you, what you can cook and it's really good for you later. Like tomatoes are really good once they're cooked. Carrots, sweet potatoes, and that's what people tend to have those for soup and not feeling well. You get more nutrients from them. And what benefits being left over, like what flavors intensify, anything with turmeric and really acidic foods are quite nice left over if you want to make a salad. A kale salad overnight, that's quite nice. It softens the kale, it gives you. So it's all about the knowledge around how food reacts to certain types of cooking and preparation. Yes, that's what I definitely will take away and bring forward with what I've learned. Really so now that's all in. Those are the things that I now want to stew down with some coconut milk. And
do you use the whole tin?
Yeah, I'm gonna add some water as well.
Okay.
It's a quite light one, and I try to stick to the organic one.
Yeah, I agree.
Excuse that.
It's fine.
And I'll just pour some water in here because we're not wasting anything, are we?
I like the fact that you like to use everything up.
Everything.
Yeah.
For the scallions, I'm just gonna take the tops off. No need to chop them up.
So with this dish, would you say you can, you know, pair it up with rice?
Yeah, so you can eat, sorry, I'm gonna smash this. But you're just gonna get the flavors. I'm gonna throw them in.
Wow.
That's all it is.
So you can,
so with this dish, you can actually eat it like a bowl of stew / soup.
Okay.
As I said, you can add things like spinners, which are like dumplings. I usually do some spelt dumplings and just throw them in kind of glass, half the cooking. You can have it with something we call turned cornmeal, which is just, it's like doing cornmeal porridge, but what you do is keep stirring and stirring, thicker, till it turns into this paste, like fufu.
Fufu, yeah.
Yeah. We all have very similar dishes that you just
use it to dip in.
Yeah, it's nice to have that with a saucy meal. So this is quite a gravy, and that goes quite well with it. Depends on how you make the turned cornmeal. I love turned cornmeal with coconut. It's so good. And then you can have it obviously with rice. So you can have, there's lots of different ways you can have it: cauliflower rice, regular rice, or as again you can have it as a bowl. Because remember, you have loads of hard food in it to hold you, like a soup. So
it's quite filling on its own anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So are you a dessert person at all?
I am. I love sweets. So I've actually got a rum cake.
Have you?
Why didn't I bring one? I didn't remember
Oh my
anything.
god! You say it now.
Oh, that's just a tease. I have to get some for you.
Please, we would love that.
You know what it is? I didn't bake. I usually bake on a Monday, and I was busy yesterday, so I'm going to bake later in the week.
That would be amazing.
But so I do organic, completely plant-based, all-natural rum cake.
Nice.
So that's my literally one product that I have out alongside the other things that I do.
Nice.
So yes, I am into desserts. I like to make stuff like, cakes. I experiment a lot with cakes because when it comes to, I only bake with spelt flour.
Okay.
So obviously it's not as glutinous as the regular flour. So I do a lot of test baking, especially when you're converting things into completely plant-based and have to think about, what kind of egg replacement, what kind of binder you want, things like that.
True. So what do you use then as the egg replacement?
I use a lot of flax seeds or apple faba, or there's lots of things, but my favorite at the moment is flax seeds.
Flax seeds, nice.
So for every egg replacement, you want to use 1 tablespoon of grounded flax seeds or chia seeds to 3 tablespoons of water, warm water. You leave it for a few minutes and it just gets good.
Wow, that's actually phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we're adding in right now
the sweet potato.
The sweet potatoes.
And again, you can use anything you want, anything. I went to the market yesterday and I walked all through Rye Lane and no one had breadfruit. I'm not sure if everyone knows what breadfruit is.
Is breadfruit different from jackfruit?
Yes. Yes. Then they're not related at all.
Oh, I see. I was like, is it the
breadfruit is quite big with a big stem, green, and it comes with, we call it yellow belly or white belly or yellow heart, white heart. So the one the inside will look like this and the upper the inside will look like that. I like the yellow one, it's slightly sweeter to me.
Yeah.
But we tend to get the white ones in this country. It's actually
nice. It's
almost half cooked. Yeah, very quick.
I'm sure your friends always like, invite me around for dinner.
Oh yeah, invite me around, or they invite themselves around. Let's get that straight.
Oh my god.
And when I go around to them, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna bring something to eat?" I'm like, "Can you come to my?" No, I don't mind at all. I love it, especially when I'm making something new. Like it's the first time I made puff the other day.
Oh, did you
So I made some plantain one with spelt. Yes, I loved it. I found the recipe online. I just changed the flour.
Nice. Yeah. I love how experimental you are.
Yeah, I love it. I love all sorts of foods.
It's good.
How can I make that different? Especially when it comes to like the American down south kind of food, like the cornbread, and the greens. It's so easy to convert them because it's just full of those Cajun flavors.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So what do you look out for to know that, okay, this is the time to put these
ingredients? As soon as the pumpkin is a little bit softer, meaning it's half cooked, because I want it to fully cook out, and then I'll see some of them are cooked out already. Yeah. Then I'll start adding like from the hard to the soft.
Okay.
So the last things I'll add are the plantains, okra, and the peppers, because we know that these will take. I just want them in for 5 minutes because I still like to have a bite.
Okay.
I like to keep food as firm as possible.
I see.
So next thing I'll put in is the yam.
Yeah.
And it does oxidize quite fast. It's still quite good, but it's just it doesn't look pretty. I put lemon on top.
Yeah.
Or actually I put some key lime on top. Yes, this yesterday when I cut it.
To clean it, yeah.
soft enough, we start adding stuff in.
If this was me, I'd be adding like Maggi seasoning.
Yes, I'm gonna add some seasonings, the ones we're using today.
Okay.
So we'll put these in before they oxidize too much.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just leave them in some lemon water or lime water, just like apples and stuff. It just shows they're real things. So when you get those apples that you cut and they don't go brown, you're like,
I know.
Don't know about you.
Already you can tell that it's quite a wholesome, you know,
and I'm gonna just force some of them to squish in, because you can find that the sauce is gonna get thicker and thicker.
Okay. Wow, it looks amazing already.
And that's what we want. So I'm gonna now add some liquid aminos. So liquid aminos, and that's gonna be our salty flavor.
Okay. Oh,
so you could have added the kelp as well, the kelp powder, which is literally just the seaweed, but that's quite nice to add. But I just thought, let me use liquid aminos. So you can use whatever you want. If you want to don't use any soy-based ingredients, because some people don't. Yeah. Then you can just leave it out, just add kelp instead, or nothing. You really don't need to use anything.
Right, so how much of this are you going to add?
Like 2 tablespoons, that's it. That's 2 tablespoons.
And where can people get this from?
This one I got online, but I know that the health food shops sell them. Okay. So you can get a smaller one. I buy them quite large because I use a lot of it. And if you know you're going to use a lot of something, just buy the larger. It's more better value in the larger container.
So would you say
the sauce is getting thicker now?
Yeah. Would you say it's a better alternative to salt?
For me, it's a really good alternative because it's fermented, so it's good for you. Yeah. So anything lacto fermented is quite good for your gut. And the next option will be, so you can see it now. Oh yeah. The next option will be the seaweed. Okay. This or seaweed flakes. Things like even furikake is really good. It's a Japanese seasoning, which is really nice. It's just really nice.
There's so many names I'm hearing. I'm like, guys, what is this?
Well, it's recorded, so you'll remember. Gonna add some of this baby now, the chocho.
I've never heard so many like names of different...
No, but as you maybe we can cut off this stuff though. As you kind of get on with things, you kind of discover new things.
Exactly. So this is called what again?
Chocho.
Chocho, okay.
It gets quite soft quite fast.
Okay.
So it's the next thing we're adding in.
Looks like apples.
It does, and it's one of those really good, they call anti-cancer kind of foods. You can grater it, like you know kohlrabi? You can grater this like you do kohlrabi, and put it into a salad. You can steam it, roast it. We mostly put it in soup actually. Yeah. But it's nice in dishes like this, like a thick stew like this.
Wow, amazing. Chocho. We learn something new every day.
Yeah, and I'll leave them quite big because they're going to get quite soft and mash anyway.
Looks so good.
So you see how quick that kind of gave you that soupy consistency?
Looks really, really good.
And if you really do want that soup, you can just put more liquid in. I mean, some people just use the 2 coconut, but it's up to them. You can put, instead of 1 coconut
you can put
milk and 1, you can put 2 coconut milks and make it really creamy. But with the pumpkin, I don't find that necessary. Yeah. And you can use butternut squash as well.
Yeah,
any squash.
So do you do any catering or?
Yes, I do kind of small scale, under 50 kind of catering. Yeah. Mostly local. And that works for me. So I stay in Southwark, so I do a lot of stuff with the different organizations there. And I'm actually setting up I've set up a social enterprise, not active yet, where I'm going to get the surplus foods to make food for the homeless and those less fortunate. That's amazing. But using plant-based surplus foods. So I think it's quite important to introduce people to how to eat healthy on a budget, using the local markets. Because I mean, if you think about it, if you have £10 for the week, you can actually go to the market and get enough beans and veg to make yourself some healthy meals, some meaningful meals. True. I'm gonna add some black pepper now.
Some black pepper.
And you don't need much as we have the pepper in the background.
Of course, it's gonna be really
and we love like fresh cracked black pepper. It makes a huge difference to the food. And you know, I like season it at all stages anyway, so I'll still check the food later on. Just to see how the taste levels and stuff. Yeah, it's amazing how no oil was used. And no, you still have a nice creamy texture. Yeah. Thank you. Let's leave that down. We'll cover it all the way because we know these pots, they seal like ovens. All right, we'll leave it for a couple of minutes. Yeah. And
Looks good,
This
guys.
is getting there now. So this is half, not, so when this is half done, that's when I'm gonna add. So I'm gonna add the rest and cover it and just wait for us to
Looks really,
eat
really
very soon.
good.
Very simple stuff.
Wow.
It just so shows how quick you can make something quite beautiful.
I know.
That's quite pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit more water in there.
Pretty.
We're gonna cover it and leave it to just steam down.
God, so many flavors, so many colors. It looks amazing.
Let me get a little bit. We're not wasting anything. Come on, let's go. So let's cover that up and leave it to simmer on low for about 5 minutes, maybe one less. The pursuit of happiness.
I know.
So now let me do a quick stir.
It smells divine.
It's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I just want to get those top okras down. Sorry, I didn't. Busy chatting.
Smells really, really good.
You see the time the leaves have come off. So usually what we'll do at the end is take the thyme out, thyme sticks out, and the scallion sticks. So
and
the 2 more.
Texture of the soup has gone much thicker
It's
as
much
well.
thicker. This is literally like soup now.
I can really imagine dumplings in there.
Yeah. So we could have put dumplings.
Yeah.
Spinners I would have put when I put the chocho in, and I'll put a little bit more liquid so the dumplings can cook. So that's our dish, just simmering down now for literally 2 minutes. I've just turned it off.
Yeah.
Because remember, everything here can be eaten raw.
Yeah. Wow, so we can eat plantain raw?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's nice. You can even chop up some really fine red peppers, like not sweet peppers, but they're not too hot. Maybe those little bird chilies, and just mix up with that and some coriander. And it's really nice.
Wow, oh my goodness. There's
You can
so
eat
much
all
to
the
try.
stuff. You can eat all the stuff raw. Anything
Even the chocho?
Yeah, chocho's nice. You grate this down and eat it in a salad.
Oh, nice.
It's quite tasty.
Yeah.
You must taste it. Anything here can be eaten raw.
Wow.
Even obviously onions.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you don't have to overcook or overthink what you're cooking.
Of course, yeah.
So it's good to go. I think we can
switch it off.
switch
The
off.
fun part of tasting.
Oh, lovely. Let's put some of these. Oh, your mum's one is gone.
Yeah.
And just looks pretty with the yellow, I think. I mean, and these are so cheap to buy, full of vitamin C.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yum. I just can't wait to dig in.
Go for
Smells good. I'm gonna taste. So
mind your burn
let
yourself.
me taste. As you can see, that dish didn't take long to make
No.
at all. Oh, wow. Nika.
Creamy.
Amazing.
This shows you don't need much.
Oh my god. Really good.
And
All the flavors are there.
Yeah.
It's creamy. I can really taste the plantain.
That's sweetness.
Yeah, the sweetness.
But don't be fooled, it might be the pumpkin as well. That's in the sauce.
Oh,
It's
I
quite sweet. When
see.
you cook it down, it gets sweeter.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
And you can eat that, as you said, by itself. It'll fill you up because of all the hard food. Or you can eat it with something else.
Something, right?
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Oh my god, it's been so fun having you with me.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing. So there you have it, guys. You've seen Nika cook this amazing Ital stew. Did I say it right?
Ital is vital. Ital. It's Ital.
Ital, sorry. You've seen her make this.
No, it's lovely. Yeah, we spell it the same way.
Okay. She made this amazing Ital stew, which, as you can see, didn't take long at all. She used fresh ingredients, put them all in. No oil was used, which really impressed me. And there you have it, Ital stew.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll make sure I link, how to get in contact with her, ingredients at the bottom. In fact, how can they get in contact with you if they want to?
So I'm on all social media platforms at Nika's Kitchen, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. What else is there? Twitter. I'll give you the recipe. The recipe I'm gonna give might have slightly different ingredients, but whatever you can get. Just you'll have the first base ingredients as we mentioned, and then just go with it. Just or contact me.
And build from there. So perfect. See you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.